I like it here, although hipsters are starting to ruin your food like everywhere else. LA's the worst, man. I just want breakfast. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a Radiohead album. Are we just putting arugula on everything now? Is that how we denote food? Can't get a cheeseburger in LA anymore. You go to In-N-Out all day. But if you want to sit down at a restaurant with a cloth napkin and silverware, it's never just a burger. Every burger has a story. Like, oh, our burger comes from a cow that was happily raised by our owner's barber, Jeff, which is spelled G-E-O-F-F. And then we cover that in Havarti cheese. Havarti cheese is the hand job of cheeses. It's a bullshit, tasteless cheese that should start sucking a cheese. And I don't know what the fuck aioli is, but you can keep it off my goddamn burger. Every restaurant in LA, they're like, oh, we have a garlic aioli. I'm like, no, you have a gross mayo. It's what you have. Aioli sounds like a word you say when you want to say but your grandma's in the room. Is Uncle Steve coming? God damn it, Uncle Steve's... Hey, Grandma, Uncle Steve's a real aioli, that guy. I was born and raised in the state of Kansas. Yeah. I'm a simple man with simple tastes. I just want a burger. I want a burger made from a cow that was born and raised to be a burger. That is why that cow existed, was because some rancher went, I'm low on burger. I don't want a cow with hopes and dreams. I want a cow that knew the deal. I want a cow that walked by the slaughterhouse every day like, it's today but day? Can I go early? I'm bored as out here. And I want cheese that is 40% plastic. I want a cheese that when I it out, I out a red Solo cup. And I want Heinz ketchup. I want ketchup made by a giant corporation that was built on making ketchup. Have you ever gone to someone's house and they don't have Heinz? And your immediate reaction is, you broke sons of bitches. You could have called. You have my number. I have $4. I brag about it all the time. I'm like, look at me over here breaking a 5. I could have stopped and gotten us all real ketchup. But no, you had to let all your friends know that you've hit hard times with your Hunt's ketchup. Your goddamn Mr. Pibb of ketchup. Mr. Pibb is a tool of the government to track people that own dungeons. No normal person is ordering Mr. Pibb on purpose. You ever gone to the store for your friends? You're like, I'm grabbing sodas, who wants one? Has anyone ever been like, Pibb me, bruh? Give me 21 ounces of the mister. The up pizza, man. I went to my friend's party in LA. He announces the whole party, pizza's here. I said, yeah. What kind of pizza did you get? He said, I got spinach, veggie, and white pesto. I grabbed him by the lapels. And I said, when the does the pizza get here? Because you just named 2 salads and a murder mystery. There's an app now called Tackle, T-A-K-L. And it's basically Uber for being a man. You can have a man come over to your house and do man shit while your man gets online and downloads Imagine Dragons LPs. You can have Tackle come over, clean your house, and mow your yard. That's you get. Those are menial tasks, and if you have the finances to pay someone else to do it for you, God bless you. But you can also use Tackle to have a man come over and hang a television on your wall. And that's when I'm like, no, bro. You man up and you hang a television. It takes 20 minutes and you get to use a drill. How are you not using a drill whenever you can? They are the best. They are half gun, half p. They are the shit. They are a handheld d that will burst through walls. They are battery-operated Viagra. Just woo, woo, woo. I carry one around during sporting events. Let's go! Woo, woo. Come on! You get to use a stud finder. You get to make dumb stud finder jokes for 20 minutes. Bet. Put it on me, see if it works. I think the batteries are dead. Let me see it. Got to put it on deep scan. Remember when you were a kid and you had to follow your dad around and hold the flashlight while he did man shit? Yeah, now it's your turn. Man up, drill some goddamn holes. Yeah, but Chris, what if I f*** up? Well, then you learn to spackle. Chris, my dad never taught me how to do that shit. Well, that sucks, but get on YouTube and let YouTube be your dad. There are 1,000 videos on YouTube where real men will show you how to do real men shit. There is even an entire channel of videos where an incredibly attractive woman will show you how to do real men shit. Yeah, you can learn while you it. And it feels good. It feels better because you learn something. It's less shame. Not no shame, less. I call it lurking it, and I love doing like that around the house. I just feel like a man. It makes me so confident. If I hang a TV, somebody's getting I'm just like, yeah, look at that TV just hanging there. Was it hanging there before? No, it was not. Why is it hanging there now? This motherfucker. You're goddamn right. Yeah, we're gonna and then we're gonna watch Frasier. Let's do this. Last time I hung a TV on my wall, I got so confident after it happened, I looked Basic Logic in the face and said, you're not welcome here. I hung the TV. I took a step back. I was admiring my work. I had my I did boner going. Then it came time to do the minute adjustments. Tilt it, make it perfect, so when I lay in my bed, it's right in my face. But when I approached the mount, I realized Amazon had sent me a mount that only tilts up. F***ing idiots. Why do they even make those? Why did that not come up in the reviews? Think it through. Think it. I hung it upside down. Son of a bitch. Get the drill. Get the drill. Guys, we don't have emotions in public. That's not what men do. If you feel like, I'm not saying don't cry. I'm saying if you're gonna cry, leave the bar. We're trying to have a good time in there. Leave. Like that's your leave count. Go. A bar is not a place for emotions. You go to your car, turn on Bob Seger, cry like a man. This dude it was pretty obvious what was going on. Everyone in the bar saw it. This dude had a crush on a chick. She thought they were just friends. She showed up with another dude. He was hammered, and he just went full psycho. Just, no clue. She's like, I don't know what's happening. Dudes don't handle infatuation well, ladies. It's not an emotion we deal in often. Men deal in 3 emotions 98% of their lives. Men deal in happy, angry, or confused. Yeah, and I know there are women in here going horny, but horny is happy and angry at the same time. Yeah, we're happy we got a boner, we're angry we got nowhere to put it. Otherwise, dudes deal in 3 emotions: happy, angry, confused. If you give us any other emotion, our first instinct is to run it through those 3 emotions. Sadness, watch your man watch his team lose the big game. He will go through all 3 emotions in about 9 seconds. Big game's over, they lose. It's a good year. It's a great year. You know, I didn't think we'd get this far. Yeah. What happened? What the happened? We were so good all year. Women deal in all emotions all the time. If they don't feel them in their real life, they watch shows with them in them. Women will watch shows that make them cry on purpose. They look forward to that. They call their friends and come, hey, you want to come over and cry on Wednesday? I do. You know what those shows are? Those shows are emotional CrossFit, is what they are. Those are just women doing emotional reps. They're just in there doing sadness squats and love burpees. When women get crushes, they're light years ahead of us. They've seen all the movies. Guys are blindsided. We're just like, I just think about it all the time. Women are just reading defense. It's like, no, it's fine. It's summer. It's fine. Here's a good test, fellas, for the difference between infatuation and crazy. Infatuation is when you think about a girl a lot, you wonder what she's doing, kind of wish you were involved. Crazy is when you go find out. Here's the problem with the news being on all the time. Stupid people think they're smart now. Stupid people used to know they were stupid. Remember back in the day, you'd be talking about some deep shit, you'd throw it to your friend Dave, he'd be like, I don't know, I'm stupid. No one says that shit anymore. Now stupid people think that because they watch the news for 6 hours every day, that now they're super smart. But all they really did was watch the same 15 minutes 37 goddamn times. Yeah, and they're so fucking stupid they don't even get it. They're deep into hour 3, just fucking riveted. Just... And when stupid people think they're smart, they start saying their dumb ass opinions in public. It used to be, if you had a fucked up opinion, at least you felt outnumbered enough to shut the fuck up about it. Remember you had your buddy Dave at work? Dave was kind of a weirdo. You felt bad for Dave because no one hung out with him, so you take him out for drinks. And after a few too many papsises, Dave would start talking about some bullshit conspiracy theory. After 25 minutes of hearing about how chemtrails are gonna poison us all, you're just like, shut the fuck up, Dave. This is why no one hangs out with you, because you're stupid, that's stupid. And now we're back to you're stupid again. And Dave would tell you to go fuck yourself. And he'd go home and he'd sleep that shit off. No harm, no foul. See, now Dave thinks he's smart. So he goes home and he Googles that shit. Google is not an answer engine. It's a search engine. It doesn't tell you when you're being a dumbass. It just connects you with 80,000 other dumbasses that think the same dumbass you do. Do you know how fucking stupid people can get on Google? I wanted to find out, so I started Googling the dumbest shit I could think of. I Googled, the sun is bullshit. You know the sun, the S-U-N, the ball of fire in the sky that says, hey, it's daytime. We've heard a lot of debate in our lifetime. No one, to my knowledge, has debated the existence of the sun. I thought we were all 100% on the sun. Do you know what should have happened when I Googled the sun is bullshit? Nothing. Nothing should have happened. Nothing should have come up on my screen. Some sort of alarm should have gone off at Google headquarters, and they should have choppered authorities to my apartment. And I should have had to explain in triplicate why the I just Googled the sun is bullshit. That's what the should have happened. But do you know what happened? A bunch of came up. Yeah. There are people in this world that think this whole sun theory we have is just a little too easy. I don't believe that we as a nation should ever round people up due to their beliefs. But should we ever start, we need to start with these window lickers. All right? That's an easy vetting process. Hey man, sun real? Yeah, move along. Hey man, sun real? Psh, I don't even know. Fucking get in the truck. And then you drive the truck to Arizona in August and you fucking leave them. And you come back 3 days later and you go, hey, what you think about the sun now? My father's the smartest man I've ever met. That man whoops my ass in Jeopardy every time. And in the 39 years I've been alive, I've watched him climb from regional salesman to chief executive officer. Yeah. He's also the same man I watched electrocute himself 4 times in one afternoon. Yeah. Not in a row, either. Not like, no. No, it was like, Merzap, I have time to call a professional and end this. Merzap, my family's laughing at me. Merzap, now they're worried. Merzap, now they're inviting people over to watch. My mother asked my father to replace 4 outlets in the kitchen that had become cracked and old. My father, being a smart man, went to the fuse box and turned off what he felt would be the appropriate breakers to complete such a task. Side note, my parents currently live in the house that my mother's father built, and apparently Grandpa was not a big labeler. So the fuse box, as my dad puts it, is just a f***ed up game of guess who. To my father's credit, the first 3 outlets were replaced without incident. Number 4 got sticky. I was not in the room when my father was electrocuted the first time, but I heard it. And I knew exactly what had happened. I don't know if you've ever heard 110 volts run through a loved one. But I can promise you that the sound they make when it happens is a sound that you will only hear then or during an unexpected finger in the butt. Those are the only 2 things on planet Earth that will make a grown-ass man go, So I heard that. And then I heard my mom chuckle. Oh, honey. I guess that outlet's on a different breaker, huh? Maybe we should go downstairs, see which one that is. To which my father said, nah, I'm almost done. The f does that mean? What does that mean? Do you think electricity gives a shit how far into the job you've gotten? I was there for the second one. It was funny. I laughed in his face. You would have too. My father was in the middle of a sentence explaining why he didn't need to turn off the breaker. Nah, son, all I have to... After the third one, which ended with a shh, I said, Dad, I'm only in town for the weekend. I did not allot time for your funeral. Why don't I do this? Why don't I go downstairs, turn off that big red switch at the top of the box? That'll cut off power to the entire house. And then you can go fix the outlet, not die. When you're done not dying, I'll come back downstairs, I'll turn the power back on. And then I alone will walk throughout the entire house, fix all the clocks and the router, because I know that's what you're worried about. And I promise you, if my dad had died that day, I'd have written that on his tombstone. Here lies Scott Porter, because he didn't want to with the router. And there'd be a USB port in the tombstone where you could charge your phone off his charred remains. About 2 Aprils ago, I was home for a wedding. Through a bunch of weird experiences, I've become friends with Justin Verlander, who's a pitcher for the Houston Astros. Yeah. At the time, he was pitching for the Detroit Tigers, and they had a night off in Kansas City, so Justin and I and a few of his teammates went out and had a few drinks. While we were out, Justin saw a young lady. He goes, I'm pretty sure I know that girl. I think she's an actress. I think my fiance and I hung out with her last weekend. I should probably go say hello. I said, Justin, we're in Kansas City. There's no way that chick's an actress. She probably works at Cheesecake Factory. He said, no, I think that's her. He calls the waiter over. He goes, who's that girl over there? Waiter says, I don't know who the girl is, but everyone at that table is with Mumford and Sons. They're here playing the arena tomorrow night, and they're here having dinner. And Justin says, well, send them a bottle on us, meaning him, because I'm not paying for that. First off, not a big Mumford and Sons fan. Second off, if I'm hanging out with you and I know you've signed a contract for over $100 million, I'm not paying for Yeah, you, dude, you pay for it's not even on your register. I pay for I don't even get to buy shoes next month, and I'm gonna be pissed. So he sends them a bottle. They come over to say thank you. Turns out it's not Mumford and Sons. It's just and Sons. Mumford isn't there. I don't know where he was. I'm assuming he's back at the hotel writing a song that at some point goes, So and Sons come over. Start talking to the Detroit Tigers. I'm not really involved. I kind of tune it all out. But when I come back into focus, and Sons are talking to the Detroit Tigers about beer pong. And Sons are like, we'll whoop your ass at some beer pong. And the Detroit Tigers are like, we get paid very handsomely to put balls places. Bring it. And I said, hey fellas, my parents live about 8 minutes from here. we could settle this. The reason I said that was because I was fully aware that both Ann Sons and the Detroit Tigers have an entire floor at whatever hotel they're staying at to do whatever the they want to do. So there was no reason to come to my parents' house. It was complete fake hospitality until they all turned around and looked at me and said, yeah, let's go to your parents' house and play beer pong. Yeah, and that's when I went, oh, because it is now 2 o'clock on a Sunday night, technically Monday morning. My parents are not gypsies, all right? They have real jobs with real responsibilities, and that shit's about to start in about 6 hours. So what am I gonna do? Like, I can't look at these guys and be like, you guys, my parents, right? So I just said, it, let's roll the dice, see what happens. So we start to leave the bar. As we do, my sister texted me, because she was also in town. She said, hey, I'm out and about. If you get home before I do, will you walk my dog? And I texted back, unless you're out and about with the goddamn Dave Matthews Band, you better get your home, because about to go down at Ma and Pa's house. So at 2:30 on a Sunday night, me, my sister, and about 12 dudes roll into my parents' basement and start throwing beer pong. And let me tell you, got weird. Like, weirder than I've already described. Like, my sister, who's 30, ended up in her prom dress. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. God bless her for being able to fit in it, but also the all right, so about 3:30, I decided to go out and smoke some weed. Ampersand Sons come with me. But as it was the middle of the baseball season, the Detroit Tigers could not partake, so they had to pretend like it was the playoffs and watch. So we come back in from smoking weed, and my dad's downstairs, and he's pissed. I'm like, what's up, Dad? And he's like, the going on down here? I go, well, this is Ann Sons of Mumford and Sons, and this is half the Detroit Tigers bullpen, and we're playing beer pong. And it was in that moment that I realized my father was no longer sure if he was actually awake. You gotta look at it from Dad's point of view. He walks downstairs in the middle of the night, sees a bunch of weird dudes that he kind of recognizes, and my sister's in her prom dress. Yeah, it's weird. And Dad's confused as shit. He's just like, is that Justin Verlander? Yes, sir, it is. Well, then I don't know what the going on right now. He walked upstairs, that was the last I ever saw of him. Not ever, just that night. That would have been a weird, that's a dark turn to that story. That would have been funny if he just was like, you know what? I'm just leaving the whole family after this thing. Whole next day, I'm freaking the out. My parents have done a lot for me over time. I don't need to be pissing them off over some bullshit. So when my dad came home, I was completely prepared to take him out to dinner, buy him some drinks, make amends for the evening previous. That wasn't until my dad walked in the door like he'd had the greatest goddamn day of his life. He walked in like, what's up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? All right. I go, the happened to you today? And he just stopped. He goes, I hated you this morning. He said, I woke up on about 4 hours sleep. I cursed your name all the way to work. But then I got to work, and everyone started asking me why I looked so tired and exhausted. So I started bitching about my son bringing home the Detroit Tigers and Mumford and Sons and playing beer pong all night. And now I'm the coolest motherfucker in the office. Thank you very much, Denver.